serve as a center of excellence, providing a full range of DVLA services, vehicle registration, licensing, renewals, compliance, enforcement, driver testing, and vehicle inspections, operating on 24-hour basis. No gold.
Gold purchase program. This has seen the central bank purchase significant amount of gold for mining companies in Ghana for its reserves. The move was part of its program to move away from holding significant amount of the country's international reserves in dollars and also move away from assets and currencies that exposes the Bank of Ghana's reserves to global volatilities and shocks.
There are certain sentences that should completely be deleted from your mouth. You should never say them again in your life. It's because I come from a poor background. It's because I come from a middle-class family. I wish my parents gave me opportunities. I wish I had help. At that age, you cannot blame any background because you are becoming the background.
Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down. And your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drinks.
Hey darlings, and welcome back once again to another interesting, intriguing, and most importantly educative, expository and mind-blowing episode right here on the stable of Civic Inspirations. Guys, I especially want to appreciate all your love, your support right here on this channel. I do not take it for granted, and you guys are the reason why I keep doing this. And let's keep the spirit alive, vibrant and burning. And guys, like I said, we have a lot to attend to today because a lot is happening, a lot is going on in the motherland that is really giving me so much joy and happiness. And as a lover of good things, I would definitely not want to let them slide. So what are we up to? Just recently, a very big, massive project that is definitely targeted towards building the economy, the growth, the success of the motherland Ghana in the city of Accra was recently inaugurated, which is the DVLA project. Yes, targeted towards investing and building the economy. Yes, in a nutshell. This inauguration went down quite well, and yes, the president and his team delivered as well. Let's take a flashlight or a blueprint of how it happened as well, and we will be right back.
Dr. Doliwura Zakaria is here with us as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gents, we have with us Mahama'S this afternoon the Chief Executive Officer of the Drivers and Vehicle Licensing Authority is here with us this afternoon. Ladies and gents, we also have a Member of Parliament for the Adentan.
Honorable Minister, this facility will serve as a center of excellence, providing a full range of DVLA services, vehicle registration, licensing, renewals, compliance, enforcement, driver testing, and vehicle inspections, operating on 24-hour basis. No gold. Upon assuming office, I inherited a significant backlog of license applications pending printing. One of my immediate priorities was to operationalize the 24-hour service by the print firm to clear this backlog. Remarkable progress in resolving this challenge. So far, checking for my print for 107,000 printing of license already. And we are left with only 47,000 to finish. In line with this, Mr. Minister, I am proud to announce. So, actually, the DVLA is preparing to support the forthcoming commercial operation of Okada service. That's it. That's not really. Guided by our vision, we recognize that the DVLA role is crucial. We remain so institution mandated to ensure compliance with road readiness and the licensing of motor vehicles. As Okada operations come on board, we are enhancing our operational and efficiency in motivating our staff to meet the expected increase in demand. To bring our service even closer to the people, we have decentralized key operational such as premium service, compliance from the head office to the Adentan office. Honorable Minister, in our effort to improve operational efficiency and increase revenue, we have replaced the issuance of aluminum DP plates with a new sticker based on identification system. This innovation approach curbs the misuse of DP plates, ensuring that importers can no longer use a single plate from multiple vehicles, a significant step towards enhancing compliance and transparency. While our establishment allows for private participation, we are taking strategic steps to ensure that critical services remain exclusive to the DVLA. This will allow us to maintain an accurate and credible register for compliance enforcement. Honorable Minister, the DVLA is also working diligently to develop modalities for the registration of excavators entering the country in support of the national fight against illegal money, known as the land sale. As we commission this new facility today, I wish to remind all staff that the building must be treated as a symbol of DVLA's values, integrity, professionalism, and service excellence. As I conclude, Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Transport, Honorable Joseph Bukari, for his unwavering leadership and support. His dedication to advancing the transport sector has been instrumental in guiding DVLA's progress. To the management and staff of DVLA, I say, your hard work, commitment, and resilience.
All right, guys, like you have heard and seen what this whole stuff, this whole project is definitely all out for, and I think is targeted towards the youth, every individual and citizen of the motherland Ghana, to help them, get to that point and level where they can actually be supported, they can actually grow, succeed, and thrive in terms of this investment, innovation, and development in the motherland. Now, let me know what you think about that, and if you know more, you can throw more light if you were part and parcel of this project or this investment initiative in the motherland. Let's learn and let's educate ourselves. As for me, I would say the motherland is doing well with projects like this. And moving on, I have a detailed explanation, because as we have recorded that the city is boosting and robustly growing in the country Ghana against the dollar, everyone is happy. And some people, on the other hand, might really not find this very interesting, because they might have or would have lost $1 or more, right, as a result of this, especially those who saved in dollar. And it was reported that, yes, it's as a result of so many factors, like we saw in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that video or you're yet to, please do well to check it. It's on this channel, right? Of why it is like that, factors that has contributed to why the cedi is kicking against the dollar, and one of which was what the capturing of the gold mining company and resources of Ghana. If you don't know, Ghana is top on the list of countries in Africa that mines on gold, that produces gold, that is blessed with gold. And you might want to say Nigeria have gold, but today it is silent because it is not being served, it is not being developed, and it is not being managed well. But seeing a country that is now targeted and focused on, mining what they have, sapping from what they have, using what they have to get what they want, is a welcome development. So in this video is a well-detailed explanation from one of our very own news channel that has detailed explanation of how this gold mining is going to be sustained, how much we have in the gold bank. Yes, because we've got a lot of reserve right now as we speak, and by the time it's being managed and utilized well, it will still kick off the dollar to a very great extent, growing and crippling the economy of Ghana. Yes, dollar can no longer cripple the economy, but the resources of Ghana would definitely take advantage on the market space. Exactly. So let's hear from the horse's mouth how this whole thing is being planned, how it's going on, and we will be right back. Please, at this point, if you are yet to like this video, hit on the like button, stay subscribed if you are not, and share this video for more visibility, because at this point, Ghana is working, Mahama is working, his team, they are all working. Let's take a look at this.
Talk about the precious mineral, because the Bank of Ghana's total gold reserves has reached record levels of 31.37 tons ending April this year. But what could be the impact of this development on the cedi, and of course efforts by the central bank to move away from holding this reserve in dollars? George Biafri tells us more.
New levels represents more than 200% jump compared to the Bank of Ghana's position ending 2022 of just under 80 tons. The development has been influenced by the Bank of Ghana's gold purchase program. This has seen the central bank purchase significant amount of gold for mining companies in Ghana for its reserves. The move was part of its program to move away from holding significant amount of the country's international reserves in dollars, and also move away from assets and currencies that exposes the Bank of Ghana's reserves to global volatilities and shocks. There is also a signaling effect for the Ghana cedi, and all this shows that the Bank of Ghana is still in a strong position to support the local currency based on its strong gold reserves position. Data Bank, in its latest market update, for instance, has revealed that the cedi has appreciated by more than 7% against the US dollar since the beginning of this year. Some industry experts have argued that if the Bank of Ghana should sustain this gold purchase program, then the high volatility associated with the Ghana cedi over the years should be a thing of the past.
Let's now bring in the views of a finance person. Dr. Benjamin Amwa is a senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, and he joins us via Zoom. Pleasure you could join me, sir, on Business Live. First off, your thoughts about the strong growth in gold reserves of the Bank of Ghana, hitting 31.37 trillion ending April 2025.
It's a good sign, because it is part of the domestic gold purchase arrangement that Bank of Ghana has in place. And over time, BOG has committed enough resources to build the currency buffer or the reserve buffer of the state. Like your report said, the attempt to diversify the international reserves of the country will mean that the state will have to look beyond US dollars and then look for another another asset that is highly in demand on the international market. In this case, that is a goal. So indeed, as gold prices increases, it means that our reserve position is also increasing. So it is good that indeed BOG has committed to, and we are seeing this huge tonnage be recorded by BOG by way of gold purchase.
Let's look at the explanation given on the back of that. The BOG attributes the strong growth in its gold reserves over the years to the domestic gold purchase program, which was launched sometime in 2021, June, I recall. But what will this mean to you, especially when you look at the program? Do you think we should sustain it?
Yeah, for the program will be sustained because if you look at the recent Ghana Gold Board Act, the Ghana Gold Board Act makes it mandatory for the Gold Board to now assume the purchases of the gold on behalf of Bank of Ghana. So what the Ghana Gold Board will do is that they'll purchase it and then sell it to BOG. So that will also supply more or less, rest assured BOG about gold supply. In the end, it will work. It will work in our interest because gold is a commodity that is always in high demand. And if you have seen the recent price increases, it means that we are benefiting compared to keeping the reserves in bonds, in US denominated bonds, that we stand the risk of losing interest based on what happens internationally. And also, if you look at what is happening in the geopolitics of America and its impact on the dollar, if you keep your reserve in the US dollars, you are exposed to the variabilities that exist in the geopolitical economic stage of ourselves. So a safe haven like gold will then protect us from all the vulnerabilities that we have in the international financial market. What we can do is to continue with the gold and purchase it. But of course, we should also try as much as possible to still keep some reserves in the US dollar because we are diversifying the pool. And so we should be mindful of how much of it we purchase and then also keep an eye on the dollars that we need to diversify the currency reserve.
Dr. Mark, talk to me about the impact of this development of the CD. For example, already we are seeing some stability over the period.
Yeah, the stability of the CD, yes, one can attribute it to what is happening currently on the macroeconomic front of the economy. But you see, globally, the dollar has been experiencing some difficulties, right? So if you look at the CD's performance in the setting of the international currency space, realize that naturally our currency will attract some interest. We should not also forget the fact that once we keep on purchasing the gold, it provides some assurance and confidence to investors that our reserves is not based on the dollar, which is having challenge on the international market, but it's not based on the safe haven currency called gold. So that, insulates the CD from what we are experiencing. If we are compared a situation where we have kept our currencies in the dollars. So what is happening is that now the dollar is having some challenge, and the go-to place now for investors is to hedge in the gold. So if you have a central bank that is posting increased gold tonnage, the chances are that investors will prefer to keep their funds in such a currency for such a central bank than to look elsewhere. So in the midst of all the factors, one can at the moment assign the fact that the gold purchase that Bank of Ghana is undertaking is also contributing to the strength that we are seeing in the Ghana cedi. So
wouldn't you recommend that we move all the reserves into gold?
That will not be the best way to go. You want to always hold a diversified pool of assets. So yes, gold may be doing so well now, but it's always good to diversify across different asset pool than to offload all your interest into one particular asset, which will then concentrate the risk. Tomorrow, if gold prices start declining, what are we going to do? So yes, we are benefiting, but we need to be measured. And it's better if you hold a well-diversified international reserve portfolio than to keep all our reserves in the gold.
Going forward, how do we sustain this momentum?
Yeah, I think BOG has what it takes to monitor the international financial market. With the coming to being of the Ghana Gold Board, there will be some level of certainty and certainty and assurance around gold purchase and gold supply, and that will help. In fact, that will really help in how much gold BOG can hold and how much CDs BOG can use to purchase. The only problem is that we should watch and be careful that the gold purchase, in other words, the funds that BOG is using to purchase the gold, is not coming from printed currency, but it's rather coming from BOG's own resources, and not a case of just printing more CDs to buy the gold. If we can move away from that, then we can sustain the gains that we have.
Very well. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. It was quite a comprehensive and detailed explanation of how the country, the motherland, plan to, achieve great success when it comes to their gold and mining industry with the company that we heard that they are resourcing to and is helping them a great deal to have a lot of gold in their bank on reserve, because, guys, they are calling on the citizens to also, like we've heard, invest in gold, not just investing in gold already, trading in gold, so that it will boost the economy of the country as well. And when you want to trade in dollar, exchanging the gold in dollar will be a better advantage, just like we have heard. A lot has been said anyways, and I believe we quite understand. Now, at this point, I want to know, what are your thoughts, your input on this as a Ghanaian or a not Ghanaian? Of course, we are all Africans blessed with a lot of mineral resources. Let's share our various individual ideas, opinions, and reactions on this. So, guys, if you watched up till now, you are the real gem. For a bonus tip before we summarize, I want to give us an inspiration nuggets for the week that will inspire you, motivate you. As a matter of fact, if you don't know by now, this channel incorporates inspiration, entertainment, reaction, exposition, a lot entailed in this channel. So you will be getting premium quality for your time in a nutshell. So I've got people that I love to listen to, great men and women that have a lot to tell us, or something to tell us that will inspire us, motivate us, ginger our swagger, and keep us motivated, both in the physical, spiritual, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, financially, as the case may be. Let's hear from them. Not every time Chimdi. We've got another version of Chimdi. Your girl does not listen to rubbish. For me to stay sane, motivated, and inspired, I've got people I listen to, and I want to share them with you. Listen to them in depthly, and please like this video.
There are certain sentences that should completely be deleted from your mouth. You should never say them again in your life. It's because I come from a poor background. It's because I come from a middle class family. I wish my parents gave me opportunities. I wish I had help. At that age, you cannot blame any background, because you are becoming the background. There is something called the age of decision making. It's that point where you get to in life. It usually happens when you're in your 20s. You give yourself a reality check. You look at the hand that life has dealt you. You see your reality and you accept it. And then you decide what to do with that reality. You either decide that those patterns are going to continue with you, or you're going to set a new pattern for the rest of your life and the people that are going to come out of you. 3 days ago, my mom was with me in Lagos, and I was telling her that when my baby girl was 6 months old, that's when I started taking my finances much more seriously. At that point, I made a decision that this girl is going to have the best things of life. You know the people they call trust fund babies? I said this is what she's going to be. And I started saving for her when she was 6 months old. I was in my final year at the time, but I started working. I was seeing some money here and there. I opened an account for her where I'll be putting some money every month. The next day, I went for my NYSC. All the allowance NYSC paid me, 33k each month for 12 months. I did not touch one. Everything went to my baby girl's account. I told my mom that the goal is for her to have over $70,000 by the time she's 10 years old. Not my personal money, in her own account. My mom now asked me how much is currently in her account, and I told her. My mom's eyes were open like this. She was wondering how. And I said it's simple. Intentionality and being decisive. You decide that this is going to end with you. Truth is this: God blessed me with a good family and good examples. My mom and my dad sacrificed a lot for their children. There are things they never experienced that we have experienced. The level of education, the exposure, the level of opportunities that they gave us that they never had. They have delivered their polling units. It is now my turn to deliver mine. What I could not have, I am going to give everybody that is coming out of me. You make a decision to either keep complaining for the rest of your life or to change the narrative of your family. If you feel like God didn't give you the best brains to be a scholar, right? Look for your strengths. Fill those skill gaps. Learn by all legal means necessary. Equip yourself so you can be the best version of yourself.
Personally believe that when God wants to catapult you to another level, a new wave of haters must arise. Now, I'm not trying to sound woke, but it's the truth. Because there's no greatness without adversity. There's no success without an obstacle. And you need to learn to acknowledge that. Sometimes you must become comfortable with being hated by the wrong people. Because nobody that has ever achieved anything great has ever done so without some form of antagonism. So get used to it. Stop being a child. Not everybody must like you, and that's okay.
Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down. And your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drinks. Some of your relatives will start discussing current events over coffee. Some people will call your family and tell them they can't make it in person because of an emergency. Your employer will begin to search for your replacement in a few days. Your children will go back to work because their bereavement leave has run out. In a month, your spouse will be watching a comedy on TV and start to laugh, or even find a replacement. You will be forgotten in an astonishing pace. If people will forget you so easily, then who are you living your life for? You spend your life worrying about what people will think about you. And the sad truth is, they don't. So live your life for you. Remember, life is too short to be lived for others' approval. Embrace yourself and make your own happiness a priority.
Wow, where is the lies? Where is the lies? This is quite inspiring, motivating, and most importantly, educative as well. That's to tell you that this life we are living is supposed to be taking slow and steady, one step at a time. Because as you have rightly heard, the way you will be forgetting eventually when you leave this world, we all know we will definitely leave this world. It will make you prioritize yourself, take things that matter seriously, and be careful the life you live, the way you do things, the people you associate with, putting yourself first, and most importantly, knowing that you are mostly responsible for the life you live. Your parents bringing you into this world is not a criteria for your success. So it's a ground, like you heard, or a background that should propel you to the life you want to build, the family you want to build, the children you want to raise. Exactly, because life without focus, purpose, goal is a wasted life. Time waste, remember, is a wasted time that can never be regained. Just as we all have 24 hours around the clock, it is how you utilize your time that will definitely result to what you achieve at the end of the day. That's why you see people living up to the age of 50, 60, 70, and when you see them, nothing to show for it. But people that at the end of the day live intentionally, purposeful. I don't mean people who indulge in crime. I mean crime-free life, corruption-free life, knowing your purpose and building it, living it by the special grace of God and with the support and direction of God is the best life ever. So I hope this inspires you and keeps you awake, keeps you guarded and focused against external invaders, external forces, and dedicated to living your very purposeful life that you are giving on earth. And put yourself first in everything, because you can't give what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty container or an empty tap, right? Refill your tap by pouring more into yourself so that you have enough in reserve to give out when the time comes to others. Exactly. Like I said, once again, we will be incorporating more of these inspirations, motivation. That's why we are Chivik Inspirations for a reason. Yes, we are here born to inspire, born to motivate, educate, entertain, not just you, but your spirit, your soul, and your body. At the same time, saying it raw and undiluted without sentiment, emotions, and bias to keep you on the path of nothing but the bitter and the brutal truth. Exactly. And please, like I said, do not forget to give this video a huge and a massive thumbs up. Stay subscribed if you are not, and I will see you in my next one. But for now, keeping it real, happy, safe, and blessed. Coming from the stable of the ambassador Oshe Bades of the motherland, aka Victoria Chinyere, aka Chivik Inspirations, Tando, name it. Exactly. And I will say, do have a lovely, a blessed, a peaceful, a happy, and a successful day out there. Ciao, ciao.